So in this video, I'm going to be talking about software development lifecycle, mostly abbreviated as SDLC. Okay. So what is the software development lifecycle? So the software development lifecycle are the stages that each software that is being created must go through and must not skip any one of them. Okay. So this is the process that you follow when you're developing software. Okay, you just don't say, okay, I have an idea, I want to build this software, can you start? No, you need to follow some outlined guidelines. Okay. So the first thing is, I think I already described what software development is. So, stages of development for software. Okay. So the first stage that you're going to have in the software development life cycle is that there should be a research. Just don't start developing software. You need to research about the type of software that you want to develop. Read about it, find out the functionalities, find out the technologies to use to build it, find out how it is on the market, find out everything that you can about the type of software that you want to build. Okay, it should be collection of information about the type of software, what it does, its functionalities. Okay. Two, you just don't start developing software by jumping into a text editor and then you start writing code. No, you have to design the software that you want to write first. So you design the system architecture, you design the database architecture, you design the user interface architecture, you design every single component of the software before you start developing. I repeat, before you develop any software, you have to do designing. Design softwares before you do anything. Okay, so you need to use designing tools. So if you want to design the front end, you can use Figma. At this time around, Figma is very popular. You can use Photoshop, you can use Illustrator to design. Okay, you design the interface. To design a database, you can use MySQL Workbench. Depending on the type of database you design, there are many tools out there. Okay, you can use Drew.io to design the system itself. Okay. So if you're worried about the difference between the database architecture and the system architecture, that the database just shows you how the database is working. Okay, the whole architecture of the database. The system is an inclusion of everything: the database, the interface, everything. When you incorporate all the single components of the software, that's what you have a system design. So the development. So after you've done your research, you have designed, that's when you start now doing your development process. Coding comes after research and design. So the code process by software engineers begins. So at development, now you start writing the code of the. So in design, that's why you even design the algorithm. Then you start developing now. After you're done developing your software, you just don't give it to people to use. You don't take it to the market. No. You have to do testing. You check if the software is working correctly. First of all, you check that each individual component of the software is working as it's expected to work. Then two, you have to do an integrated test to check that all the components put together are working correct. Okay? When you're past that stage, you come to documentation. After you write any software, you have to document the software. You document the software for two groups of people. You document the software for the developers who are coming to work on the software in the future. Even if you're still the one who's going to be maintaining the software or the one working on it, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, you won't remember every detail about that software. Maybe you would have been working on a lot of other different projects. So you have to document, okay, the software. So you document the database designs, you document the user interface designs, you document the system designs, you document every detail of the software. You have to document. You also write user documentation. User documentation is a document that tells users on how to use the software. So let's say you go into a shop, you buy a phone, you always find a small manual that shows you how to open the phone, how to switch it on, how to change a ringtone. That's a user manual. So for every software that you build, you must write two types of documents: a technical documentation for developers and also a user documentation or user manual for users. After you're done with the documentation, now you can do a deployment. Deployment means you now launch the software or you publish the software. Okay, if it's an application, you put it in the App Store, you put it in Google Play Store. Okay. After I do the deployment, the software is now in production. Production means that the software is now available for use. Okay, users can now download your software and start using it. After production, you come to the last stage of what? The last stage of maintenance. Okay, under maintenance, it means that you continue, when you're done developing and you've deployed your software, you just don't say I developed your software and then you stay there. No. You continue to ensure that your software is working correctly, because technology changes every day. Today you might know Java 21, version 21. Before you know, in December you have Java 25. Okay, so if your software is developed in Java, it has to be up to date with the trends of the programming language that you use to develop the software. Okay, so research, design, development, testing, documentation, deployment, production, and maintenance. So I must stress that under software development lifecycle, it's not just all softwares will follow these steps here, but you might follow them differently and in a different pattern. So even software development lifecycle has different models. Okay, it has different models. So there are different types of software development lifecycle models. You have like the waterfall model. The waterfall model is the one that you have. It's linear. It's linear. You do research, design, development, testing, and documentation. You have the spiral model. Okay, from the spiral model, you have so many of agile development. There are so many models that you're going to have and that you can read about. But as a beginner and getting into software development, this is enough information. This is good enough foundation in software development life cycle. So this is what you need to know about what is software development life cycle.